Huh, that actually looks a lot better than I thought it would turn out. I was also worried it was too close to the deep slate copper band, but actually it's kind of like at the perfect distance. If it wasn't for that archway, maybe I would have been doing this for the bottom one too. But yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to be done besides finishing up the top. Huh, that's pretty cool. It's all coming together, and I really like that. I think I'm just gonna admire this for a little bit. All right, now for the actual size of the bridge, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with that because one, I did kind of okay. Oh no. One, I wanted to use deep slate and then build it up from there. Not like this, but you get the idea. Oh, and two, I started thinking maybe I could use this as an opportunity to balance the two copper bands here because I mean they look good, but just two of them randomly, it would make sense to put a third one. But I wasn't really thinking of having copper at the sides of the bridge when you're walking across it. Plus, I'm gonna replace this with more like stone and cobbled flooring. So the actual walkway here is 5. I was originally planning to have this blocked off, I believe. Or was I? No. I think it was supposed to be 3. No. I mean, okay. It's been so long since I've started this project. I actually forgot how I originally envisioned this part of the bridge. So I'll just start with a layer of deep slate brick slabs and then go from there. Oh, hopefully this doesn't distract too much from the engraving. I don't want it to block too much. But it looks fine. Now I also need to figure out a way to kind of equalize this part since I actually don't want the entire band just stretching inwards because this side it wouldn't be either. So maybe I put some kind of post here out of bricks on each side and then start from there. Now looking from here, I'm leaning towards the chiseled because the tiles, I mean, you can kind of make out the pattern, but the chiseled stands out a lot more, which is kind of what I'm looking for. And then what I want to do is I want to put a moon gates on each end of the bridge, mainly because I thought they look cool. I wouldn't mind a moon gate around each side if I can fit it in. And then I could have well one of my other ideas I got yesterday was to add some kind of gate, not a gate, but like a structure that you kind of go through. Maybe actually some pagoda gates. Whoops. All right. Well, I decided on this palette of the chiseled deep slate and polished deep slate walls, and I'm starting to convert these into stone so I can have a kind of blank canvas to work off of and make it look like a used path, weathered, cobbled down. I just need to wait for more cobbles to smelt into stone. Now I'm trying to envision uh what I want to spring out of these chiseled sections, because here I want to have a moon gate around, because who doesn't like a good moon gate? And then in these sections, I want to make a Chinese styled pagoda structures, pagoda gates, and you kind of just walk around. Oh, a skeleton jockey. Huh. But yeah, I just want to have those gates to. Yeah, I mean they don't really mean anything. It's just more of an ornamental decision, and I think they would work well. I guess I just need to design them though. Make them out of stone, maybe. I better go to sleep. I know this creeper is gonna spawn, and all. Every time, it's always a creeper that blows up my chest for the landscape. Like that one over there. Gonna hope it despawns the farther I get away. I need to store this though. Now, um, just remembering that I have all this blinding, suspicious stew. Ah, yes. I'm so glad I bought this. Anyways, I I'm looking back at the bridge, and honestly, to be fair, it's a lot more simpler than I first envisioned, but honestly, it's a lot more cohesive than I first envisioned back when I started this project like months ago. Um, Now here's a few things I wanted to address. So I shared this as I was building it with some friends. They said it was fine. Others I don't even think they commented. But two, I shared this with some people I used to know from an SMP I was on, and a lot of people were saying that I needed to add texture to it because so far it's literally just brick and copper and a little splash of tuff and other textures. Which yeah, I get that, and maybe they're right. I probably should add more texture. I was really relying on the differences in color to make up for that. But really, when I was making this, I was building it with the view of literal architecture. Now, maybe I made this very clear when I talked during building or discussed the thinking behind it. But yeah, this is supposed to embody a literal civilization's engineering. Now, I don't think they'd be randomly mixing in stones just for the looks. They want to make sure it's stable. And I know that's very limiting in terms of Minecraft architecture because hey, it doesn't matter. But what really mattered to me in this piece was that it looked like something you could build in real life and it would work. And two, how I kind of justified that in my view was that this piece of build like this building is more so about what you can do with the architecture than what you can do with the texture. Now I know that sounds very limited. I think I'm using that buzzword a lot. But really, I wanted to make a very monotextured building and then use the actual shape of it to influence the viewer. Now, see, when I look at this, I'm not particularly focusing on the fact that it's all brick, even though I kind of actually, yeah, personally, I do kind of like that it's all mostly brick. I like looking at that, but also see that it has the same textures, but the differences in color and shape come together to make this gargantuan building. And all my mind just looks at the details and I think, oh, that's pretty cool. It's all one texture, but it's all different kinds of things. The uniformity is ironically the variety of the structure. Now I know it's not okay. It may not be that deep, but that's basically my thinking behind it. Plus, I looked at reference images, and the puntuar, not the puntuar, the puntugar is actually very monochromatic. Is that the right word? Well, it doesn't have that kind of texture in terms of color, and it doesn't actually look all too weathered in some places and others not. It actually looks kind of flat. The only kind of weathered texture there is in stones in the shape, not really in the color. At least from the pictures I've seen, it all looks very amalgamous. I'm probably not even describing that right, but you get what I mean. All right, I think I did a decent job incorporating other blocks in here. It does feel a little splotchy, and I'm not entirely sure the more I look at it, but I guess I'll just focus on the the structures now. Now, when I said I wanted to put a pagoda style gates over here, that was a mistake. I meant to say Paifang gates. Uh, yeah. So pagoda ones are the Japanese architecture. Paifang is the Chinese architecture, also known as Bailu. Bailao. You get the picture. So I also plan to have a moon gate here, which is gonna be kind of tricky given that moon gates are typically, part uh, are a part of walls. Excuse me. So I'm not exactly sure. I guess I'm just gonna have a very cut off moon gate with just maybe a couple blocks off to the sides, and then these central or middle ones of the chiseled deep slate are going to have the gates. Now I don't know what design I'm going for the gates. I'm gonna make it up. First, I'm gonna try supporting it from the outside. So if we're starting it off here, okay, let me just repeat this pattern across and look at it from that side. Man, it is crazy how I can hear them from all the way over here. Okay, that's not too bad. It doesn't exactly stand out so much, but I guess breaking up the chisel deep slate is a hit or miss. Then again, I don't really have any other way to do it. There's no other texture that can reinforce that. But it doesn't look so bad. Oh, hmm. I'm starting to not really like the polished andesite thing, given that the detailing blocks are stone themselves. Maybe I should just keep it pure stone. I'll try that. Huh, that kind of looks like Minecraft dungeons. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm trying to build off my memories of past experiences building this type of architecture, the curved roof. And if I remember correctly, I'm gonna have the tile be the bordering block palette, but now it should be a slab. And then there'll be another slab. Polished deep slate. And then maybe I can put lanterns here. But that's a conversation for later. So now I can have brick. Actually, no, wait. To curve it, or to imply a curve, gotta go like this. And that. Hopefully this matches up all the way. I think that counts. Now, is this a block? Might have to look up a green tutorial. Or do I have to put a stair there? It might be a stair. Oh wait, I have a subtech video on building an entire roof like this. Maybe I should look that back up. Promote myself. Shameless self-promo. And then I gotta close it off on that side. What I can do, I can replace these with tile stairs. And then there you go. It's self-contained, is a self-contained roof. Now to replicate this on the other side, and then to figure out the central part. Maybe I should use some other kind of thing. Andesite. Polished andesite stairs. Let's check that out. Alright, now how does that look? Looks good from up here. Kind of scared to view it from below. We just take out all the scaffolding with it. Oh, I forgot to complete the bottom side. I actually like this one a little better. Yeah. Maybe I should add something to this part, given that this is kind of thick. A little bit of variety. Now I wonder if this would match. Oh, if I added stairs in these corners to make it not only look a little more supported, but to shrink the holes. And it's day 171 in Minecraft time. Not too bad, actually. Although I should put lighting on the bottom roof. Let me see. Actually, no, let me keep it night. That'll be the best way to keep it. That actually fits in pretty well. Now, I can't place these on stairs. So if I add just one block of stone, not too bad either. It actually kind of helps the stairs round off. Yep, there it is. Now, the next thing is making these on all the sides. Or not on the sides, but all these ones already marked out. But the problem is, because the roofs extend like 3 from the actual middle, they kind of end up here. Let me mark this. So this is the line they are. So then that means this one will end up here. And you get 3 blocks of space to the sky, which I thought would be slightly more. So I'm actually reconsidering how many of these gates I'm going to build. And maybe I'll just save it for over here. One over there, one from here, and then the rest you can just see the open sky. And then for these that would have originally been more Paifangs gates, I'll just decorate with something.